Hi there, friends and neighbors. It's your old pal Freeze Crack coming at you once again from Atascocita, Texas area, maybe. Uh, I can't talk like that for a whole video. This is a rainy day. We have a tropical storm, a winter tropical storm that isn't being very tropical, but it's parked over us. And this is my hand, and the reason it's here is so that you don't see that. See? And so I'm here to what? Oh, all right. Basically, let's see, it's March of 2015, so this is probably going to be dated before too long. But at any rate, so see, yesterday I'm looking online, and I noticed that a person who I won't name, but whose initials are Jason Newman, was making some kind of smart aleck remark on a online forum regarding me, where he said something about my middle name was movie star or some crap like that. And then he had the nerve to suggest that how he had made some paper chip thin blades and stuff like that, and that people would have to ask me to post them. Well, that's because I have them, see. He may have made them, but I have them. And so this stuff that you're looking at right here is not those things. This I don't need, so what this is, you know, yeah, I'm online actually talking about somebody else's work, and my keeper cases of somebody else's work, which makes no sense, true, but here it is. So anyway, what I want to show you is he makes big old honking fat points. Look at this. This thing is like ridiculously thick. It's got to be, hold on, let me get my caliper. I'll be right back. Just wait. Have a drink or something. It is early though. Okay, so here's this thing, and here's my caliper. Can you read what the caliper says? Yeah, it's like 3 inches thick. That's not focusing. I hate my camera. At any rate, so what you can see here is that he clearly is not as good as he thinks he is about making things that are really thin. But anyway, what happened is like the first knapping I ever went to, I saw people huddled around him and didn't know why. This is made of local stone near where he lives. This is Turritella, little seashells preserved in a matrix. And I just like that kind of stuff because I like fossils anyway. So when you start making points with fossils in them, I'm all on it. He has learned a few things. I think some of it from watching my videos about how to do pressure flaking. And every once in a while he'll make, you know, a point that's like this one, which is like at least 3 or 4 inches long. Oops, I have it upside down, I guess. And I really think that the reason he makes this kind of stuff is he actually uses it around his place, because there are no stores anywhere near the little, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like he lives out in a field, and I think there's probably not a Walmart for 1,000,000 miles around that area. And so I really think he's, instead of going to like a dollar store and getting, you know, the dollar knives and stuff to cut up things with and all, he's just making blades and stuff like that just to save money, is what I think. Or save a trip, because, you know, he don't like to drive very far. I've tried to get him to go places, you know, that are cool, like SeaWorld and Fiesta, Texas and stuff like that, and he refuses. You know, I guess if you want to say he's got a claim to fame, it's making longish, well, this is a good example. For some reason, he loves to make long, tall, thin points with mustache type bases. I don't know where he got the idea that he liked long, tall things with mustaches, but it's one of his favorite themes, and it just recurs throughout his work. This is at, I'm not even sure if I'm making any sense, and I can't tell how good this video is from a visual standpoint, but at any rate, it's not actually very good, I don't think, because I'm not, like, I don't know. I've got lamps all around me and everything like that. I don't know, hiding in the house. This is that lavender peternalis material, that pink peternalis kind of stuff that him and everybody else but me gets. I don't know, it's like they take turns or something making sure that I don't get any of it. Some of the Texas root beer is just real pretty. And of course I don't get any of that either. But anyway, it's a little bit hard for me to make sense today. I don't know why, some days are harder to make sense than others. This is kind of a type of rock that Jason calls Earl Creek Yellow, and I really like it. I've got a little bit of it. I never work it because if I work it, then I won't have a little bit of it anymore. So I really need to get on the stick and quit doing that. I need to just work everything I have that's decent, and then it'll be frozen in time with having been worked at this stage of my game, but oh well, at least I'll have stuff made out of it. This here is what we call a Jason Folsom. Basically, well, it's a Shifting Sands Midland Jason Folsom. Basically, you know, they say everything's bigger in Texas, but this is about as small as he can make a lanceolate point. I think he's made like 3 lanceolate points in his life, and here's one of them. And it's got these broad flake scars that look kind of ground on there. I can't tell for sure. Maybe not, maybe not. But anyway, so I tried to get him. What happens is he makes something and then he tells everyone about it except me, and then once it's spoken for, he notifies me of its creation. Is what happens. This would have been, you know, something that was kind of thin, but it certainly isn't. It certainly isn't a potato chip. So I mean, I don't know what he's talking about with this thin stuff. Let's see. I'm 8 minutes into this. I'm rambling. This, you know, it's kind of important, I still think, that you understand that there are people in the world, Jason and like one other or 2 others, I don't know, who can just sit at a nap-in with a bunch of people watching them and do this. This was made at a nap-in. I was there, I saw it, it happened. So, you know, if you think that there hadn't been anybody around that can actually do this stuff, and that the old stuff and the new stuff and everything else is all some vast conspiracy coming out of Roswell, New Mexico, and fostered by alien civilizations trying to make us dissatisfied with our own work. No, you're wrong. There's people that can do this. But I've only met like, you know, 1. So anyway, oh, and that's Earl Creek black material, I think. So it's very special. One of the things that's funny is, see, my whole strategy has been, I've had to just hang around nap-ins and stuff. Hold on, I'll be right back. Moitz, you ought to come over here and say hi to everybody. Moitz is over in the window watching for birds, I think. My whole strategy has been to try and hang around Jason at nap-ins and wait until like the third or fourth day or something when he's tired and not thinking straight, and then tell him that I'd like to look at the things that he's made and that he has with him, and hope that he has a problem with thinking and offers me some stuff that he otherwise wouldn't at a price that he otherwise wouldn't. And it's worked out really good, like once. He does this parallel oblique stuff, and he actually did a two-part Angostura flaking video on YouTube where, and this was his practice piece for that video. Our friend Rafael out of Monterrey, Mexico, got the piece from the video, and this is the one that he made when he was working on it before he made the video. But he can really roll these parallel oblique flakes across the face of a point. One thing, okay, so this is interesting. When I first met him, he wasn't doing indirect percussion. And so I sat there and I watched him make this. And this is cool because it's got those little turritella fossils in it too. But what you'll notice, if you can see this, is large numbers of pressure flakes on it. I really need to try and lift up. Hang on a second. You're going to hate me, but I'm trying to lift the lamp because it seems like all of these, seems like when I'm holding these things up, they're not lit enough for you to see them well. Wonder if that did anything. Yeah, that helped. Okay, so anyway, all these pressure flake scars. Okay, so then here, he made this one 1 year later at a different nap-in, and I sat there and watched him, and yeah, he did it. I'm a witness. And this one, you know, is like, this one isn't any better. It can't be any better than 10 or 11 to 1 or something like that. It's not. I don't know where he's coming off with this. Oh yeah, I've made some ultra thin, paper thin stuff. Yeah. I really like this point, changing the subject a little bit. I like the color. It's got this real cool color. It looks like it's a what, dang, what does he call these? It's a dang it, I don't know. What was I going to show you? Oh, so every once in a while he makes little blades like this. And again, I mean, the flaking, yeah, I mean, it's better than most anyone I know could do, but that doesn't mean it's better than he could do. You know, so no point in him resting on his laurels and trying to, you know, sell his stuff to the Lay's potato chip company or anything like that. And it's fairly thin. I mean, this is Georgetown material, obviously. It's fairly thin. That's probably one that he was gonna sell somebody else and they didn't come up with the money, and so he let me have it. This is another one, obviously, you know, what he was doing on this one is it's tall and it's thin, and this isn't a mustache exactly, but it looks mustachy to me, so I think he was probably going with that theme of his that he's just fixated on for some reason. It's not clear. Yeah, I am babbling. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. There's another gorgeous piece of root beer. I like root beer. I like Knife River too, but I really like root beer. And it's a Texasy thing. This has got to be Earl Creek Yellow. That's a real pretty point too. I like a lot of this stuff. Well, I mean, I like all of it because I bought it, right? What was I going to show you? It seems like I'm leaving something out. I'm not sure what it would be. Well, oh, I know what I was going to show you. To help me with my videoing and everything like this, I got this the other day. It's a USB hard drive. See, and I had one that would hold like 300 billion bytes of information, something like that. But that was old and it was full. So I started making these videos, I had to get me some more storage capacity. Well, that one I just showed you, guess how much it holds? 2 trillion bytes of information. So you know what that means, don't you? Yeah, it means that I can blather all I want forever. I can't remember what I was going to show you, but at any rate, this is another thing he made. And he said something about he had to get somebody to help him hold it while he whacked on the end, you know, so that he wouldn't break it down here somewhere or whatever. But it's, you know, the flake scar pattern, yeah, it's kind of nice. I mean, I don't dislike it. The thing that's really problematic about this thing is, I feel kind of bad when I am holding it on like a windy day because it just sort of, it blows around. It blows around. I don't know. I probably can't even. Let's see. It looks like it's about, what is that? 4 millimeters thick right there. Something like that. I think it's 4 millimeters. I don't know. But it's not all that wide. It's only like, wait. It's only 75 millimeters wide. So, you know, it's one of those kind of things that I think if he had just put a little bit more time and care into the platform preparation, he probably was watching TV while he was making it, because he does that sometimes, I think. This thing here, I'm trying to remember if he made it or if I made this one. I think he might have. It seems like he asked me how would be the best way to approach something like this, and I gave him some thoughts. Next thing I knew, he was showing this around at a knap in, and I wasn't, you know, going to give him the satisfaction of acting like I thought that it belonged in my collection, that particular napping. But then I saw him later and said, hey, man, you know, have you still got that that potato chippy thing that you made? And he said, oh, yeah, it's in the garage somewhere, you know. And I'm like, well, you know, if it isn't all greased up and everything like that from, you know, working on cars near it or something, why don't you pull it out, let me look at it again. And so then we negotiated, and I think I bought him lunch or something, but I ended up with it to my collection. The cool thing is that now, even though I didn't do any work, you know, I can just have stuff that I can just show around and make everybody drool, and I take it to road shows, you know, and things like that, and people go, yeah, did you make that stuff? And I'm like, well, no, but I know the person who did, so that's fairly special, huh? And then they get all nice to me and everything, and one guy gave me his watch. It was cool. Okay, so that's about it, but I think I'll close this by showing a preform that I made that I'm kind of proud of. This is, I may have actually shown this on a previous video, but this is a preform that I made that's fairly special. So anyway, oh, and I'll show you one other thing while I'm at it. These are some horn tips that I got at the livestock show, because next thing I'm going to do is, you know, since Jason's, you know, not the only great napper in the world, I've been thinking I'm going to go after some of Marty's fame and fan base by trying to learn to make perfect Allen points with horn, where, you know, I just kind of roll the flakes across the face to where, you know, everybody gets all drooly when they see them. Anyway, I've certainly rambled enough. Thank you for watching, and if Jason offers you any real thin blades or anything like that, please call me because I need to know what he's doing out there. All right, thank you. Bye.